We had a topic this week, and the topic did not really flesh out, mostly because I think I didn't explain it too well, on top of the fact that there was some horrible news yet again in the GLBT community where there's been a case of 2 suicides that have been publicly announced. I'm sure there's more. I'm sure there's more, and that's sad. This whole thing is just sad, and I'm so happy Lori spoke about it. I'm so happy AJ spoke about it. And it's hard to come as the other person that wants to speak about it when everything has been said. But, I think it's good to hear from yet another person that what you go through in high school ends in high school. Like, there is an end date to that. This is like my biggest thing, and what I battle with the most is mostly because I went through so much of what these kids that have killed themselves went through in high school, and I was almost there. I was almost going to be a statistic. Where I was in high school and where I am now is so incredibly different and it's so frustrating that I can't give you that feeling. I can't give you what it's like to go through that and come out at the other end such an entirely different person than you were going through the bullying and the ostracizing and the feeling out of place and the feeling stuck and the feeling like, my God, this is never going to change. I'm always going to feel this way, and I just don't want to feel this way anymore. Like, all of that goes away. It goes away. And if I could, I would do anything. I would give up anything if I could give the feeling that I feel now to you guys, the feeling of knowing, of 100%, certainty that it does get better. And I hate that, like, the "it gets better" has become such a catchphrase because it's the truth, and I feel like it almost diminishes how important that feeling is, or that hope, or that knowing that it does get better. AJ said that she'll make this video as many times as she has to, and I think we all will make this video as many times as we have to. I so know when you're going through it that you don't know what it's like not to, you don't know, and to not have a certain end date is horrible. But I could tell you that, that end date for me was definitely not in high school at all. I went through all of high school just, so incredibly depressed, and God, it was by far, to this day, I think the hardest time for me, the most difficult time for me, the time that I never thought that I'd be able to get through, really. And now I'm just such a remarkably different person with such a remarkably different outlook. And I know everyone could get to that place too, or at least close to that place. You end up being, like Lori said it, you end up being able to kind of write your own life, after high school and after college. And, you're able to kind of leave that small town or that city or that high school or that college or that group of friends or whatever the case may be. And you end up building something that looks and acts like you want. You end up building a life that's yours. Just to say it gets better, I mean, how do you take my word for it? How do you take anyone's word for it? It's a feeling that I want to give you, that feeling of certainty, that feeling of hope, that feeling of, it like that it does. There's so much of life that is just so great and so wonderful, and not to know that, like never to know that, is heartbreaking, is absolutely heartbreaking. So yeah, I also didn't talk about this week's topic. Sorry, because I kind of gave it to y'all, but I felt like everyone else's feelings needed to be echoed, because I think it's a good reminder to let you guys know that we are incredibly happy, well-adjusted, wonderful people that have all been through that horrible, hideous high school experience. And you're looking at someone, you are looking at an individual who is there. And I'm incredibly, incredibly grateful every day that I gave myself a chance, because damn, I deserve that chance. And I'm really happy, really, really happy I took it. So I think everyone should take a chance on themselves, see how wonderful and great your life could turn out, because, chances are pretty good that it will. So I will see you guys next week.